Hey folks, today we're going to be going over your Eating Well final proposal. What is a proposal, first of all? A proposal is something that is written, whether it be a letter or a Instagram story or an infographic, that is proving to people that there is a problem and they want to tackle and address what that problem is and then provide some solutions to their audience. So by nature, a proposal is going to be persuasive. It's going to have evidence that's going to back up the research, and it's going to propose some solutions, some actionable steps. Now, before I go into how to do this and what the expectations are for this assignment, I want to show you an example from a student. So if we take a look at this student's work here, you can see that she did an Instagram story, and she was part of the group that was focused on intuitive eating. So she began her Instagram story asking about providing a hook for her followers, asking, are any of you struggling with these things in quarantine? Healthy relationship with food, comparing yourself, all of those different things. And then she collected some of the responses and she then responded to them. The purpose of hooking her audience like this is getting them to be interested in her Instagram story so that they would continue reading to see what are some of the solutions. So she even had a post talking about what's the purpose of this Instagram highlight, and then she talks about what that is to help remind people that they're not alone, heal, and bring awareness to eating disorders. So first she's going to talk about the issue. So she says social media has content that promotes unhealthy eating and anorexia. The current pandemic allows for isolation, feelings of loneliness, and then she provides some statistics to back up her claim that there is an issue going on around eating, especially during the pandemic. So she provides all of these statistics and articles to persuade her audience that this is an issue. Then she's going to go through and establish 3 different solutions. So her first solution is to establish a healthy mindset, and then she's going to provide some actionable, persuasive steps for her audience who have all admitted to having some of these struggles during quarantine with how they can help themselves. So she says she uses some graphics and things to be able to help, and then she says stop labeling food good or bad, try eating in moderation, and then she also goes and shows an example of the 80-20 rule. This would be a credible source of information. Then she proposes another solution, asking for help, and then provides some statistics and evidence from her research for how you can go and ask for help. And then solution 3, positive affirmation, self-love, kind words, giving back. And then she talks about how you could actually go and incorporate this. Here are some pieces of evidence that she uses to talk about why positive affirmations are effective in helping people. And she has some specific counter arguments that she feels like people might say. For example, but eating healthy and exercising is good for you. There is no such thing as too much of a good thing. And then she provides a rebuttal. So she talks about why that is incorrect and what a better way of looking at this would be. And so then she even uses evidence in her rebuttals as well. So by the end of this, she has a call to action to say, all right, join with me in the 7-day positivity challenge to help themselves. And she concludes with a works cited page to tell everybody where she got her information from. So this is a wonderful example of how you can create a proposal. The specific objectives of what you're trying to address with this is to create a persuasive proposal that addresses a problem, which we just saw that she did, to a specific audience. We noticed that this is really engaging for the audience that she is talking to. We can almost see that she has her specific audience in mind because she asks them questions and then she responds to them. So she is thinking that it's probably her followers, other young teen girls that are going to be reading this and who would be interested in it. You need to cite at least 5 credible sources regarding the problem as well as to suggest actionable solutions. And then you have to have a works cited page at the end of this, which you saw Ashley did. You should organize your proposal in a way that logically sequences claims. So she talks about the problems, then the solutions. You also had counterclaims, what other people had to say, and rebuttals and evidence. You should also design your proposal thoughtfully, considering who your audience is. This would not have been persuasive to perhaps some adults because it's flowery, it's fun. Like, this is definitely going to be attracting an audience who is young, and just like this student is here. So after that, your final product, you can either choose to create an infographic using one of these online tools such as Canva, Piktochart, Venngage, ThinkLink visually, or you can create a series of Instagram stories. No matter what, you're going to determine which problem you want to address for your specific followers or for your audience. So if you create an infographic, think about who's going to see this infographic, what changes do you want that audience to make, and how are you going to show them the problems and solutions. So here is the rubric for this. You'll earn a 6 if you create a persuasive claim about the problem and solutions, if your organization logically sequences your claims and counterclaims, you use evidence to support your claims, and it should be facts, statistics, and opinions, not other claims. You might be wondering, where do I get this textual evidence from? It is recommended that you would pull it from the articles. We read 3 articles for this unit based off of your group, so you could read through your articles again and pull information from there, or you could go and do some outside research, which you'll have to do anyway in order to have 5 different sources. You should also use language and design in a persuasive way and have 5 citations in a properly formatted MLA Works Cited page. How you can do that is by going to easyviv.com and completing your citations on here. Once you've created your citations, then it will, let's just say we'll use this one. We're going to cite it, then we're going to continue. Everything looks good. And finally, we can go and click this and actually export it. When we export it, we're going to want to export it to a Google Doc. And once we've done that, we'll be able to upload this to our assignment. So you're going to upload any screenshots to the assignment, as well as you can upload multiple things here. So you could upload your works cited page as well. And that is how you're going to complete your final proposal.